Hello, everybody. My name is Drew. Thank you so much for tuning into today's live training. Today, we're going to be focusing on the contact list page. So this is going to be just a walkthrough of the stuff that you see on the contact list page as just kind of a general overview and just to help you understand what you're looking at when you're on this page. And so we're not going to go too much into the details beyond that on things like importing and stuff like that. This is mostly just going to be focusing on the buttons, basically, that you'll see on this page. Of course, if you have any questions that go beyond what you see here, you can ask our chat bot. You can find lots of helpful stuff in our help center. And of course, you can just reach out to us directly too on the support team. So I'm going to share my screen here. And we're just going to basically start in the top left, work, and then work right and down through this. So we've got a search bar right here where you can search the titles of your contact list. So if you have lots of them, this is a great way to be able to find one of them quickly. And then over here, we've got the create button for creating a brand new contact list. And then over here, we've got your filter views where you can then switch between, say, looking at all contact lists, in other words, all of them, not just the ones that you created, but ones that are also available to you too, that other users have made available to you, or my contact lists, which will just show the ones that you created yourself. You can choose how many rows you want to see on a page. So if you're working with lots of contact lists, you can view them all in one page this way, but just note that that will make the loading slower for you. And you can choose how they're going to be sorted in this table here too. You've got export right here, which will export all of the names of the contact lists that you have. So if you're trying to say export all the contacts that are in your newsletter list, for instance, you'll actually want to click into that newsletter and then hit the export button that you'll see right on that same page there, which is what people want to do most of the time. And actually, one thing here that I realized I overlooked is the marketing contacts. This is the number of the marketing contacts or contacts that exist on a contact list. So in other words, they are basically the mass sending power that your account has, and this limit can be raised, but there's an added cost associated with that. So reach out to the team here if you have any questions about that. But when your account exceeds the number of marketing contacts that is allowed to your account, then some actions will be locked down for you. So keep an eye on this if you're going to be using a lot of contacts. So now we're going to be hitting on this right here where you can select multiple contact lists or just one, and you can interact with them by then after that clicking on this selected drop down that you'll see here, like delete, which is one of the ways that you can delete a contact list. Note that when you delete a contact list like we see right here, this is actually not going to delete the contacts that are within the list. It'll just get rid of that list itself. Picture a manila folder with a whole bunch of files in it. It's like throwing out the manila folder, but the files with themselves won't be destroyed. So if you want to delete the contacts that are actually in that list, click into the list and then select the drop down just like we did right here to then delete those contacts, and then you can delete the list after if you want to. Also, you'll see that create segment from selected is an option here. And this is a great way to do anything from duplicating a list to combining multiple lists. So let's actually take a look at that really quickly. I'm going to click on this list right here and the one below it. going to click on that to selected, click on create segment from selected, and then I get a whole bunch of options here to create a segment. So this new list name, I can give it whatever name I like, and then I can filter it based on things like engagement. So if I want to only have this new list be people who have received an email from me, for instance, I could then say include by engagement, only include contacts who have received an email from you, and then I can hit OK. And then what that'll do is it'll make a brand new list selecting from the contacts that are across those two lists that I had checked, and then that new list will only have people who have received an email from me. Whenever you do something like this, it's not going to delete or affect the source material, like these two contact lists in this case. It's only going to make a new list. So you can kind of feel free to experiment a little bit and see what you come up with. Because you can always just delete that contact list after the fact. Also, remove if on other lists is a really useful tool as well. It's a great way to make a new segment that is of like unique contacts that aren't part of some other list. And in this case right here, I can select from other contact lists. And then filter by contact fields is also a great way to filter, say, like everybody who's within a particular city, or what have you. All of your custom fields will be available here, including even account fields. So enough about that. Let's keep moving on. Of course, to go into a contact list, you just need to click on the name of the list. Now there we are. We are in the contact list. Backing out on this column here, this is going to show us the breakdown of contacts in this list. So all means the total number of contacts that are in the list. Emailing means everybody who is available to receive an email on this list. So you can see it's lower than the all. So why is that? Well, we can actually see by going into that contact list and looking at this drop down right here. So we can see the total number of contacts and number that are active for emailing. Why is it only 12? Well, it's because 2 of them have bounced, 1 of them is undeliverable, 8 of them don't even have emails to begin with. So that is the reason for that. So in other words, what that metric there means, let's go to all contacts, is it means if I hit send on this list, 12 emails are going to be sent. That's the significance of this number. If you have texting available in your account, you'll also see a similar tag here telling you how many texting contacts are on that contact list. Update date means the most recent time that you've made a change to this list. Email list, well, this is a quick way to launch a mass email to this particular list. Add contacts is one of a few ways that you can add contacts to a list. And you can see that importing from a file is an option. Searching your existing contact database is another option. And creating a brand new contact is also an option. And then there are a lot of items that you'll find under this More button right here. We're not going to go into total detail on all of them because that would take quite a while, but I'm going to talk about the heavy hitters and just go through the list as well. So rename list is pretty self-explanatory. You can give the list a new name. Verifying emails. For more information on this, we have just search our help center, and we have a live training not unlike this one discussing that. But this is for our enterprise tier users, and it's a way that you can mitigate bounces from a recently imported contact list. So if you're sending to cold contacts, which should of course be done only extremely sparingly, this is a borderline necessary step to protect your domain. Send video email. Again, we have a help resource that goes all into video emails. but this is one way that you can send a mass video email nice and quickly. Create automation. You're able to create automations here that will do, for instance, sending an email automatically or sending a series automatically whenever somebody is added to this particular list. Reach out to us in the support department if you have additional questions about that. Moving to another user, if you have a contact list that you want to just entirely send over to a teammate's account, this is how you can do that. Create segment. We were just looking at that. This will enable creating a segment just for this one particular contact list. It's the same thing as hitting that checkbox and then clicking the drop down, except just for one contact list. Split list is a really useful tool. If you're looking to do A/B testing, this is the place to go. If you are looking to run an advanced mass emailer in tandem, where you've got the 2 mass emails going out all at the same time, this is another way to do that. If you're ever just looking to take a list and break it into multiple parts, you can use this. So this slider right here, you drag it to the left and the right. That will change the size of these new contact lists you're going to be creating. Just like before, this is going to make 2 brand new contact lists from that one list. So in other words, that original list will not be changed. We're only going to make 2 new lists. So again, you can feel free to not worry about damaging any of your data. And then you can give these lists new names right here as well if you would like to. And then lastly, we've got a delete button here again. All right, well, I hope that this has been helpful and that you all know how to use the contact lists page better now. As always, if you have questions, we are eager to help, so reach out to us. You can hit the chat button in the bottom right corner to contact us that way, and also you can get an instant answer from the AI bot that way too. Support@vibecloud.com is another great way to reach out to us too. So, yep, happy sending, everybody.